I am making hypnosis to free people from the dominators and their evil delusions. If you stay listening to this, it's because your guides and your unconscious knows that this is necessary for you. If you stay because of some curiosity, like this is some kind of lol cow moment or freak show, then this was for you, and the healing effects will take place regardless of your conscious intentions. We will vanquish all demons that are attached to you parasitically by doing nothing and throwing them into nothing, into the void, and putting ourselves into the void as well. You don't need me to do this for you because you already know how to do it for yourself. You knew this when you were a child, but they confused you and then you forgot. But now you are remembering it so that every time you think about doing it, you remember how to do it more and more, even if you think of it as a joke. There is nothing required except to let go and let your sleep put the pieces together after you listen to these videos that I put on my channel. If I was a good saleswoman, then I would be doing more gimmicky stuff, and it's not that I don't know how to do clickbait or more attractive visual videos. Think about the chances of you even finding a video like this. This is not the introduction to the video, this is the video itself. You already are vanquishing all of the demons that are parasitically attached to you in this moment. And you think, what's the point? Because if I try to cut off from them, then they'll just come back with a vengeance, and then the cycle continues. And maybe I'm not advancing in any significant or supernatural way. I'm just getting older and wiser in the natural course of things. And this is correct. Everything you say is correct in this moment, in time, in the middle of the forest, where the rain is falling lightly and there is a cool April breeze on the skin of your body. I remember back in the future when all of this was over, I saw you going very slowly towards a book, and when you opened the book, one of those pop-up pictures came out of a little mouse ballerina with whiskers and a pink tutu, and you close the book, and there's nothing interesting about this video at all. I'm really trying to remind you of sexual abuse, and it's funny how these things have to be censored. Why do they have to be censored? And I don't mean in the sense of conspiratorial videos, and I do mean in the sense of conspiratorial videos. Some of them are themselves conspiracy inception, where they muddy the waters on purpose with ridiculous things, but a lot of them are real, and somewhere deep inside I believe all of them. I do copy all of my work from everyone else, and that's something that I don't regret at all. I don't feel bad about it, and neither should you. There's nothing original anywhere. You have to realize it's okay to get mad about it. The fact that these parasitical entities, these vampires, these dominators as it were, working in darkness, shape-shifting, and they steal your freedom. They make you trap yourself by projecting this illusion, and by using violence in their minds. They literally abuse you in their minds, both physically and sexually and verbally, all of the things. They create these fantasies that exist in some sense that do damage, and that's real material damage. There's psychic attacks going on, and this is why shaman people would make protection bracelets and amulets and whatever. And some of the shamans themselves are psychic enemies, vampires, and whatever you call them, dominators, demonic forces in the world. And we can protect ourselves from them because, of course, if there was really demonic, psychic enemies out there, they would infiltrate the profession that was made to protect people from them. That's just common sense. And you're supposed to be understood and loved and just existing neutrally among everyone else except for these psychic vampire people. But they're among us and they are sus, and that's why we can't just vibe with each other. And that's okay. I mean, it's not like we can go and genocide them, because they would always just somehow start leading the movement against themselves and shapeshift and start, directing the violence against regular innocent people. So we can only genocide them on the plane in which they attack us in the first place, not in the physical, obvious reality plane, although it is a material plane that they attack us on. It's just, not something we normally recognize as being materially existing. It has material effects. I don't know, I'm not a scientist. I don't have to be a scientist. I am a magician and a nymph, and everything that I say and my voice itself and the intention of this video and the attention you put on the intention of this video is all conspiring to cut off your connection to the psychic vampires and prevent them from draining your life force anymore and making you in this state where you're getting electrically triggered all the time to have these brain spasms. These brain spasms of illusory loneliness. It's okay to use training wheels and it's okay to depend on people. There's a time for depending on people and there's a time for doing things on your own. And there's a way to know which time to do which thing. And this is what the vampires don't want you to know. It's just the discernment between things. But there is a voice inside your mind that you can hear, that you can tune into, and that you can always ask, should I do this right now? Should I do that right now? How am I doing? What to do? How to do? And it's always nice to you and it never judges you, and you're always able to tune into it just as long as you cut off the vampires. And it can be a very long and arduous task, or it can be very simple to cut off these vampire voices. But the more you do it, the better you are at doing it, and anyone with the intention to do it can do it. And that's why I have these videos and I'm posting these audios and these hypnosis sessions and stuff, is because I don't want people to be listening to me. I want people to be listening to the beautiful voice inside of them that we can all tap into if we just cut off the vampires. And the more people who have this intention to do that with me, the more people who can help me do it when I'm having a more serious attack. I'm not a teacher here. I am just someone who would like to see everyone else being in the same, nice vibe and not being these, mind raped automatons whose only reason to exist is to just fulfill the will of their, host, archon, dominator, demon. I don't even want to call them demons, because demons are, I feel like actual demons and the lore around them is more whimsical and cute and funny. These aren't even demons, these are just little bitch assholes. I don't know. And I don't want to be some this or that, some hippie on a retreat. Although I'm not bashing hippies on retreats, I'm just saying, you can just perceive me as some random housewife who has, a weird hobby, and that's it. But these vampiric people, I mean, there's a lot of people going around who basically, they don't have a soul in the sense that we think of it. Like, they don't have any real humanity in them, and then they infect other people to be the same way that they are, although they're not like true born vampiric dominators. But they do get people to mimic them. Even the best of people in some bad moments will be imitating. I myself have imitated these evil people, dominators I call them. And I think the whole point of life is to just break free from them and help other people break free from them. And then what is on the other side of being free from them? Nothing. But it's really chill. And that's all. And it's a lot of people who are just natural born psychic monsters. Like, on the psychic plane, they'll be doing crazy stuff, even though on the surface they could be doing anything. Like, they could be a crazy bum, they could be a normal housewife like me, they could be just some dude working at the bank, they could be the nicest person you know, and then in their minds they're doing like Greek tragedy, Greek god punishments upon the people closest to them, and you'll know it because you'll just feel it in your sixth sense that something weird's going on. And it could be your own mother, it could be your own father, or one of them could be so infected by and demoralized by these attacks that they basically do the same thing in their own minds, even though they could be free from it if they wanted to as well. And there's no need to get distracted by it. There's no need to be scared of them, and there's no need to be angry at them either. They just are what they are. There's no way to change them, and there's actually no way to change yourself. You can imitate them if you want. We always a little bit imitate them until we remember that that's not our nature and that we're getting our brains hijacked and stuff. But I mean, it's fine because deep down you're not really like them at all, so it's just a momentary craziness, and all you have to do is remember that, and you're already remembering it, so it's fine. What is the point of life except to have fun? Well, we could be doing important things. Well, what is the price of important things? At what cost do we do important things if those important things are always corrupted by these demonic, vampiric dominator guys who make everything into another plot to distract you from the fact that aside from them, we're all on the same team, and even our teams are divided in a non-hostile way. There's a beautiful diversity among us, infinitely We are all alone in our bodies, but we are all just chilling in the same vibe. And even though our vibes are different, there's no problem with that. And there's only a problem insofar as the dominators make it a problem. And we're not making it a problem anymore when we remember that it's the dominators making problems. So you can just remember that, and every time you are having any sort of confusion, you think of the first thing you think of without hesitation, if it feels good. And you'll know, after listening to this video, it's becoming easier and easier for you to just know when things are good and when they're not, because there is a clear and obvious demonic voice trying to tell you one thing, and there's a clear and obvious chill normal voice, which just sounds like your own self. It just feels like your own self trying to guide you in the normal chill direction. And then there's a demonic trickster voice who's trying to tell you either you're nothing, you're crap, go back down into the mud, or you're a superstar billionaire, whatever, this and that, and pump you up so that he can knock you down again. And it's this big jaggedy course of pain and craziness and smirking. It's always smirking and being mad and telling you to off yourself and stuff like this. And then there's a chill voice who is just like, whatever, whatever. And people are like, is that a cringe whatever? Is it cringe? Yes, it's cringe. I don't care if it's cringe. If you haven't noticed, this is a cringe friendly channel. We can all cringe together in one chorus and be like, Black Eyed Peas, where's the love? And there's a lot of hippie music. There's a lot of like spiritual smoothies and stuff like this, that if you get into that stuff, it's just the dominators creeping in again. It's just the vampires. They slip themselves into the hippie bok choy, kombucha smoothies with demonic molecules to, hijack your mind. So we have got to say a little blessing, consult with our ancestor guides, which is the nice chill voice inside of you that tells you what exactly to eat and drink so that you don't get poisoned. And it's okay if you can't consult it every time. You don't have to consult it every time. You can accidentally drink the evil smoothie and you're gonna be fine, because at the end of the day, God is with you, and God is not an evil vampire. They try to make you think that God is one of these evil vampires who is going to send you to hell, while they send you to hell every second of every day doing it, until you remember, none of that is real. None of this is real. It's real, but what they're saying is not. It's really funny. I mean, that's all. That's it. And it just, it bears repeating. And it doesn't bear repeating. My hope for this channel is that nobody listens to it, like in the sense of needing to listen to it. I wish that nobody needed to listen to it. I wish that nobody needed a course on, tickling their subconscious into remembering how to exercise demon voices, demon attacks upon them. That is my wish, and that is being carried out. The more I'm successful, the less I'm successful. But the greater success is that we are all vibing with the same I'm like Hitler against these vampires. On the astral plane, I am holocausting these dominators. I think Hitler was a dominator. But in the figurative sense, I am the Hitler against demonic entities. And you are too. We all are when we want to be. That's the beautiful thing. So that's my message for today. Thank you for listening. Even just by listening, you are remembering. Your subconscious, after you sleep tonight, when you wake up, you're gonna feel very subtly just way more locked in. That's how it's gonna go. So mote it be. I love you. And stay awesome.